burn all of those huge Guardians and whatnot. That's exactly what I wanted to see. I was going to say Fusion Gun out here, not bad. This will allow her to chase down that Chaos Dreadnought and do a pretty good job against it. And we even have a Wraith Lord out right now. So Wraith Lord indeed, obviously heavy melee kind of robot there. He does have a little bit of a ranged attack, so he'll be getting in nice and dirty. Yeah, Mark of Siege, not really too much use for it right now, but whatever. He did upgrade both of them, I suppose, you know, not bad. Taking a look more towards center, though, it is still, it looks like 007 was just able to grab onto 2 victory points during that time, but then he lost it again, so now it's 1-1, soon to be 2-1 in CryZon's favor. Now we see CryZon moving on in for the attack, but not quite yet. Oh, there we have it. Moving on in, jumping in there with the Warp Spider Exarch, who, by the way, has power blades, phase shifting everybody, and we got 2 squads moving in. Will we see 2 plasma grenades? Yes, we do, but no, he just gets out of the way just in time. I think that that phase shift was a little bit early, and therefore they couldn't get there in time. But meanwhile, we have quite a bit of firing going on right now. Oh, look at the galaxy burning up to the north right now, literally burning all of those gentlemen. And now we have, it looks like the Plague Marines down here are engaged in melee ferociously here with this Wraith Lord. Not a bad move for the Wraith Lord. He definitely doesn't want them standing at a distance picking away at him, but he is kind of in deep right now. And now, of course, the Plague Marines are shooting that guy directly in the back, along with the Chaos Dreadnought's autocannon. This Shuriken Weapons team is way out of position. Shuriken Weapons team, what are you doing? You are not heavy melee. Get out of there. And I think that just barely went unnoticed. Yeah, HQ had other fish to fry and just did not quite see that coming and left that alone. And somehow, amidst all of that, both the Wounded Wraith Lord and the Wounded Shuriken team got out of there. So that was a bit of just kind of indecision by HQ. And by the way, HQ, of course, has done that. Ooh, nice looking plasma grenade there just to kind of cover the retreat. Did go ahead and get both of the things that I really wanted to see him have. Pretty much that's a lesson to any Chaos Lord out there, newbie or whatever. If you have big groups of light troops like Imperial Guard or lots of Guardian squads or something like that, Combi Flamer, Armor of the Inferno. Awesome, awesome. Armor of the Inferno. My pronunciation is not always perfect, but that's okay. I just speak. Oh, during all of that, the Warp Spider Exarch was killed. Haha! Pro commentary tips here. So, what do we have going on right now? The advantage is looking pretty decent, actually, for HQ. He was pretty far behind there. But that you know, I think CryZon extended maybe a little bit too far, went all the way and kind of pressed the issue and risked losing a lot of units, but ended up getting out of there okay. And really, he just kind of stalled for a while, drained some more points. So it's just probably just more of an ebb and flow effect as opposed to like, oh, now he's losing. Because as you can see, he's coming back in full force with double walkers this time. He's got double Wraith Lords out there. Here comes our nice little flitty, bouncy Autarch with her fusion gun. Just kind of putting some pressure on these guys. I kind of want to see her go in the back and try and assassinate this girl. Oh, and here we go. Once again, phase shift goes off on this huge, gigantic group of troops. We see 1, 2 plasma grenades going off in the middle of all that, just knocking these guys left and right. A third plasma grenade just to try and finish them off. Single Space Marine retreating away. Oh my God, that is so devastating. There is just no explanation for why he would still group up his troops like that. You just need to split them all apart. As I said before, pulling that maneuver off requires quite a bit of coordination. I mean, yeah, you got to blink in, you got to use the ability, you got to make sure the rest of your troops are there, tab through them, throw all their grenades, and then cancel the ability just in time. You know, it requires a lot of actions to get that to go right, but equally, it requires a lot of reaction time on your part and micro to keep your troops spread apart if you want to try and avoid that. So I'm not going to go ahead and say that it's not like it's an instant win button or something like that. It requires a little bit of coordination, but it's definitely a really brutal tactic there. Here comes the Autarch right now, leaping on in, jumping on top of these Plague Marines, just trying to stall a little bit, I think, while he's capping this victory point here. But for the time being, you know, I got to say, CryZon looks really in charge of this game. HQ does not look that bad. You know, having double Plague Marine squads is good. That'll really help him out against those dual Wraith Lords. These poor Guardians, though, getting quite beat up here trying to cap this victory point once again. So it's currently 1-0, and HQ is really draining away here. He's at 178 points, and this is just a fantastic game. We're seeing a lot of really cool tactics and good responses, and frankly, kudos to HQ here for being so resilient because he has taken horrific losses throughout this game. It looks like the galaxy is burning once again. Not too bad, kind of hit near the end there, but I don't know. I think he aimed where they were instead of where they were going to be. We have the Chaos Dreadnought here firing away, and now this is what I wanted to see. Autark is out there, and by the way, we do have a Warp Spider squad on the field right now, and here comes, once again, the phase shift, but I don't know where are the Plasma Grenades. Dual Plasma Grenades, perhaps. Here we go, double Plasma Grenades, and the Warp Spider pops out of that. Surprisingly didn't do that much damage. I mean, it just did a lot of distributed damage, I think, amongst that entire group. More towards the south, you can see that Fusion Gun and double Wraith Lords right now pursuing that Dreadnought. Looks like the Autark jumping to the one side to knock aside the Plague Marines so that they couldn't continue firing at the Wraith Lords. The Wraith Lords, oh, and they take out the Chaos Dreadnought. The Dreadnought goes down. The Autark, oh, poor Autark right away, and everyone misses it. Maybe he'll get it. Yes, the Chaos Lord picks off the Autark right at the end right now. And now these Wraith Lords are looking in like a little bit of trouble here. The wounded Wraith Lord is heading on out. Both Wraith Lords, I think, are trying to engage these Plague Marines in melee just so they can't fire at them anymore. I think they'd rather take the splash damage than take additional rocket fire. But perhaps he's just kind of sacrificing the weaker one to get the stronger one out of there, because he is now getting just picked off by rockets from behind. Rockets from behind, come on, one more shot, oh, and there it goes, the Wraith Lord goes down. So each side lost a Dreadnought, but hey man, it's looking pretty grim here for HQ. So CryZon's got his Warp Spiders out. Warp Spiders upgraded with Aspect of the Warp Spider, giving them Haywire Grenades and an X-Arc and all that jazz. Looking more towards the victory points, we can see that the Chaos Lord is currently capping the northern victory point, whereas, or the right, I don't know what cardinal direction exactly that point of the triangle is, but you know what I mean. Whereas the southern victory point here, this is definitely southern, I can call it that with absolute certainty. We've got this Guardian squad capping this point here. More towards the left, we can see a little bit of back capping happen during all of that. These Chaos Space Marines taking care of business over here, but once again, getting phase shifted, held into place, trapped like a rat underneath a pile of plasma grenades. Ouch! Oh, terrible damage there. And it looks like this Chaos Space Marine is not going to make it home in time to have dinner with his disgusting family. Sorry, sir. So, Chaos Space Marines are down right now. Chaos Lord kind of overextended, getting a bit of that old hack and slash here from this Wraith Lord, and going to have to very slowly panic his way on out of there. Ooh, look at that, though. He has his eyes on the prize. He wanted to burn up these Guardian squads right here with his Let the Galaxy Burn. And now the Chaos Lord is in a very slow, trudging fashion. Going to have to get on out of here. Sorry, Chaos Lord. Well, things are not looking good for HQ, ladies and gentlemen, and CryZon is totally on top of this. Well, okay, he took a lot of casualties there as well, but he's definitely ahead in points, sort of, you know, I don't know. These Plague Marines, though, are definitely troopers. They've been sticking around this whole game doing pretty well.
Your forces obey you.
Let's see here. Warp Spider X-Arc, again, has got the Power Blades up. We've got the Wraith Lord up. We've got a Warp Spider squad hanging out here. Shuriken Cannon Weapons team out on the left. Guardians on this side. We're just about to hit Tier 3 here. Oh, no, it looks like CryZon just canceled Tier 3. HQ is well on his way to Tier 3, however. I'm curious why he canceled that and what he's planning on spending it on. You can see he has tons of power. Both players obviously have tons of power. And now the army is just kind of moving on in here. Double Plague Marine squads now. These guys are taking quite a bit of hurt. The Warp Spider is moving on in. Perhaps he's considering, yes he is, he's going to phase shift all of that and call in the Autark once again. And he cancels the phase shift just in time for terrible, terrible damage to destroy. I'm sorry I keep using that over and over again, but like I said, I made a promise or something, I forget. The Autark, though, making quite the spectacular entrance onto the phase shifted units right there. Really, really brutal combo there. Looks like getting in for some melee hits on these retreating troops while the Warp Spiders continue to shred them. I'm surprised, honestly, those Warp Spiders didn't just keep blinking along here. But it looks like he just wanted to make sure he capped these points instead. Really, really tough-looking game here for HQ. Nice looking Let the Galaxy Burn, though. Kind of scared away the Warp Spiders just a tad. He's still definitely a presence in the battlefield right now. But double Plague Marines and a single Chaos Space Marine squad versus all 5 of these units. Autark, Warp Spider, Wraith Lord. I think this is CryZon's game to lose right now. The name of the game for CryZon is don't make any additional mistakes. And what do we have a call in right here? Could this be Spider's Brood? Yes, it is. Calling in a second Warp Spider squad here from the Warp Spider X-Arc's commander ability there. So really, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes, I think CryZon has got this in the bag. Chaos Lord coming up, though, saying hello, knocking her asunder, giving her a big old pat on the back there. And the Autark does not return his affection. Sorry. Poor Chaos Lord, alone forever, capping victory points. More towards the north, we can see the Warp Spiders just kind of fighting ferociously with these Chaos Space Marines, who are being upgraded with a replacement aspiring champion as we speak. And now this is the kind of thing to look out for. Granted, he doesn't quite know where the Warp Spider... Oh, there he is, of course, yep. I was going to say, you see a big army coming at you with a lot of plasma grenades, you start looking out for this kind of play. Looks like one grenade's going there. Warp Spider X-Arc, of course, takes a little bit of that damage too. Oh my goodness! And there we have it. There we have it. The Imperial Abyss being called in. Oh, just yanking these units. Oh, look at them. Just, oh no! Pulling them all into the warp. Oh, and even getting a couple of Plague Marines just for the hell of it. Ooh, okay. Okay, an Imperial Abyss. An Imperial Abyss can kind of mess things up a little bit right there. Definitely knocked a lot of stuff out of play, doing quite a bit of damage there, wrecking that Autarch, sucking her into the warp forever. Okay, okay, that's exactly what HQ needs right now. Plague Marines now moving on up, but don't forget, Warp Spider's still blinking all up in your business. Looks like he's activating Bloodlust here, perhaps? I'm not sure what else is going on that would want him to do that. Okay, whatever, man. I guess maybe he's anticipating being in melee or something to that effect. Yes, there we go. Okay, so he's getting in melee, using that Bloodlust effect just for the hell of it. You can see that kind of a lot of compounded effects going on right here as the Plague Marines are dying, because of course when they die they do damage and heal. But I don't know. That didn't look like a good fight. He shouldn't have stuck around for that. Chaos Space Marines coming in just to help out, but they are risking getting just phase shifted and grenaded, just like everything else in this army. And a massive rout right now for the Chaos Forces. However, the Chaos player has managed to get a triple cap going here. Capping behind, capping his own, and capping the northern one. He is triple capped right now, so it's 133 for Mr. HQ and 108 for CryZon. 2-0 right now, about to be 2-1. The Chaos Dreadnought now newly on the field and upgraded with the Mark of Khorne. He's got those awesome lightning claws, dual lightning claws, and his Bloodlust ability, or whatever the heck it's called, Blood Rage or something to that effect. Maybe we'll see that soon. He's definitely kind of looking outnumbered here. Oh, is that a Haywire Grenade? Yes, it is, and he has gone with his Blood Rage right now. He is wildly attacking everything around him. Second Haywire Grenade, though, goes off. He's just kind of standing there, not looking too bright at the moment. We've got a Let the Galaxy Burn flying out of this Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord just incinerating. Ooh, doing quite a bit of damage there to those gentlemen. And now using his Combi Flamer to incinerate the rest of them. Doing quite a bit of damage there. That's looking really, really brutal. And this Chaos Dreadnought here is still just kind of raging away, hacking at this Wraith Lord. And could this Chaos Lord perhaps get the kill? Come on, Chaos Lord, do something! Oh no, the Warp Spider has just frozen this Dreadnought trying to take care of business there. Let's take a look around right now. Chaos Havoc Squad newly on the field, setting up in front of this victory point. He obviously wants to hold on to that. We are getting well into the late game, gentlemen, where we do have 56 points remaining for CryZon, 133 holding steady here for HQ. I think HQ could pull out of this. He still definitely has a good control of the battlefield right now. CryZon really needs to cap this victory point and one other. Well, I guess well, I don't know. He needs to cap 2 victory points, obviously, because it's 2-1. Whoa, there he goes. He's decapping it right now. The Chaos Lord doing a pretty good job up there. Let's take a look around here on the south. You can see the Warp Spiders are trying to be really sneaky, capping this victory point from behind. Plague Marines moving on in. Over here in the lower left, Plague Marines and Chaos Space Marines here laying the hurt onto these Guardians here. Oh, Guardians taking a lot of damage. 1 unit left. Oh, the Guardian squad goes down. Chaos Space Marines now firing away like mad. Doing some damage here to this Wraith Lord, and the Wraith Lord is about to start taking some rocket strikes here from the Plague Marines. Oh my god, he's going to lose the Wraith Lord too if he's not careful. Plague Marines, one more shot, take out the Wraith Lord, and the Plague Marines take out the Wraith Lord, and the Autarch comes in just a little bit too late, kind of misses with all those grenades, and the Chaos Space Marines are shooting away at everybody, and somehow, this entire battle has changed. The entire battle has changed. There's one Warp Spider, one Autarch, and one Warp Spider Exarch for CryZon right now. And the points are ticking away. He is at 5 points and ticking down. And it looks like, oh my god, the Autarch doesn't make it out. She takes too much damage. Looks like we had the Bloodletters were just summoned in right there. There was a blood sacrificed in the middle of all that, blowing up the Plague Marines, doing a ton of damage to her. And with an amazing, amazing comeback, congratulations to HQ007. I apologize if that's how you never pronounce your name, but now you are the James Bond of headquarters. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this 1 versus 1. I thought it was a thrilling example of a really, really tricky Warp Spider Exarch phase shift armor combos, but also just toughing it out and staying in it for the long game. So congrats to both players. Really well played there. Once again, I'm Harlequin, and if you want some free DLC codes and stuff, subscribe to me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. 2 people are getting that on Friday.